Gosh. Sta pronto, Sara? Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the Laughter Time. Janet, welcome. Uche, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. It is show time. It is show time. Welcome. How are you guys? Hope you are doing fine. Hope you are doing fine. I am doing great. I hope you guys hear me. Uche says she's waiting. Welcome. Hey, Noai, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Let's have fun. You're cool. Janet says she's cool. Janet says she is cool. Okay. She says she is cool. Okay. Greeting for everywhere. I am fine. Yep. So today we're going to talk about airport connection. Yeah. In the beginning, that I did not understand much. Hello, Gloria. Welcome. That I did not understand much about traveling. I was just booking connection and booking ticket and then having connection, and I had to go to another airport in what we call the hub in big cities. Hey, Sharon, long time no see. Welcome, Sharon. Hope you're doing great where you are. Yeah, so I did miss flight. Sometime I slept at airport because in the beginning I did not want to spend any money and I did not understand what I was doing traveling. So this happened a lot. And then I took the time to learn about airport when you flight between direct, non-stop flight. There are differences. Yeah. Hey, welcome my sister Cizo. Welcome. Yeah, there is a difference between non-stop and direct flight. Yes. And also when you book a flight, and if you have to fly, let's say I'm flying from point A, I'm going to point C, but I need to connect on point B to get to C. I did not understand what was going on over there. How many time do I have? Domestic flight versus international flight. So for domestic flight, the airline, they made the decision. For domestic flight, you do have only half an hour. So if you are in a huge airport, sometime when they tell you terminal A or terminal B, your little brain like mine you think that terminal B is next to terminal A because you're thinking in alphabetical order. So you say to yourself, okay, so B is just next there. So you click on the connection and you buy the ticket. Sometimes, no, it doesn't work that way. It depends on the airport. And there is one airport that is notorious based on my traveling, my personal experience. It's Atlanta Airport. Because of that, I don't like that airport. So if I have to fly there, I don't need no connection, because if I make a connection, for sure I will have to buy another ticket. For sure I will miss my flight. It happened to me so many times, so I don't do it with that airport, because when they say Terminal A and Terminal B, now you will have to take a train or a bus. And that's going to be the half an hour. So you only have half an hour for domestic flight to catch your flight. You're going to miss your flight. And if you're traveling and then you wait your suitcase, this is one of the things when you do international, and then you have to connect. You will have to go get your luggage, come back, register, go through security. Yes, go through security. I did not understand all of this. I paid a high price. So when I find this topic written by a big editor called Ed Perkins from Smarter Travel, I say to myself, I need to talk about this topic, because we made a lot of mistakes and it costs us money, it costs us time. Okay, so he's saying here, worry about missing your connecting flight. Yes, you always think about that you're going to miss it, while you can never completely eliminate that risk. Whoa, my light is gone. No. Okay, it's back. Okay, so he said you can never. Oh, I slept at airport. I slept at your airport in what's his name? I love this city, and I had a cousin who live in Italy, and I went to visit her, and I missed a flight, and I slept in. It's a little airport. It's not one of the biggest one. Yeah, I spent the night there. Yes, I spent a night in Barcelona airport. I have spent night in so many airports. So I learned the lesson by spending night. Hi, Chinwe, welcome. Yeah. So that's the reason why I decided to talk about this topic, because I have the money, but I refuse to pay the hotel at the airport, and hotel services at the airport are way, way, way too expensive. You only spend one night and it's too much. Okay, so he said you cannot eliminate that risk, but you can at least minimize it. So he's telling you, do you know your airport minimum time for connecting flight? Each airline set standard minimum connecting time at each hubs it serves. Yes, Sharon, yeah. Yes, a huge airport, half an hour, it's nothing. By the time you come out of the plane. So this is one of the tips. You know, let's talk about domestic, and then we will talk international. Domestic is half an hour. International is 60 minutes. So you have 1 hour. If you are at the back of the plane, by the time everybody deplane, you have lost 1 hour, half an hour. Yes. If it's a huge plane that take like a 300 or 600 people, by the time the people in front of you deplane, you have lost half an hour. And if you have to go pick up your suitcase and then go to do another check-in for your connecting flight, you will miss your connecting flight. This happened 3 times to Aya. Okay, 2 times I have to shed money because I did not want to sleep. So I have to pay big time money. The ticket that I booked was for business class, the price. And I was not sitting in a business class. I was sitting in what I call economy and cattle class. But the price of a ticket is like I was flying business and I was not flying business. Okay, so this is it. If you know you have a connecting flight, make sure you are at the front of the seat. Make sure that you get in the first one. So as soon as you land and the gate open, you are the first one to deplane. If you're at the back, you cannot run past 300 people. No, you will have to wait your time, and then they will tell you it's not your time. Wait, you have seen, if you pay attention in a plane, there are people that are at the back as soon as before the plane even landed, touchdown, they take the seat belt and they are the first to stand up. These people, these passengers, they have a tight connection. So they don't want to miss it, and they are rushing and pushing people, shoveling people so they can get out. When you fly, pay attention to how we act when you have a flight, a tight connection. Because of this half an hour and a 60-minute, which is 1 hour, you can't do much. So the guy highlight everything that I went through. So when I read the article, I said, this is the mistake in the beginning of my traveling the globe. This is what the guy is talking about here. It can be difficult. He said, each airline sets standard minimum connecting time at each hub it serves. It can be difficult to find this information. They do not put it, yes. It can be difficult to find this information on an airline website. They don't put it on the website telling you, boy, girl, you have half an hour today and tomorrow you have 1 hour. No, their website does not talk about this. Okay, so some of those minimum connecting time are incredibly short for a big airport. That's what the guy is saying here, Caesar. He said for a big airport, okay? So as low as 30 minutes in some case, and usually less than 60 minutes for domestic connection. Hey, Blue Jean, hey, Cubs, welcome, welcome, welcome. You see? It said here, international time are usually more than an hour and can exceed 2 hours at airport with separate international and domestic. So if everything is well separate, this side is domestic, this side international, then you have some leeway of being a little bit late, okay? So this is what the guy is saying, and I went through all of this. And in those days, I was younger, so I can at least run with my suitcase, pulling it, okay? Nowadays, I can't run so fast, okay? And I know my brother Brujin is going to say something about about that one, that in my heydays I can run and now I cannot run. Okay, he said, and then the article keep writing, say, keep in mind that just because your airline will sell you an itinerary with a tight connection does not mean you should buy it. Because with a tight connection, sometimes the price is lower, knowing that you're going to miss the flight and then you're going to spend more money. So if your little brain thinks like mine, I used to buy them and then I miss the flight and I end up spending more money, okay, between the 30-minute connection and the 1 hour, okay? So this is the case here. That is why travelers deliberately part their schedule by booking a longer layover. Yes. Nowadays, I will buy a ticket and I have a layover for 8 hours, especially if I'm flying from here. Who run this day? We walk calmly while sipping on bread. I still run. I still run, okay? I still run, right? So he said here, if I'm flying from here to home, which I have a ticket for next year. I just purchased it yesterday because it's a must. I must go home. And I'm going to fly from here to Paris. I have no choice. Normally, I would love to go through New York and then from New York take Ethiopian Airlines, which is 9 hours nonstop. But I couldn't get the time and it didn't work for me. So I will have to go through France. And going through France, I'm flying all night long. The flight leave at 4 p.m. my time. I'm arriving in Paris at 8 a.m. their time. The next flight is at 2 p.m. So from here to France is 7 hours. France is 7 hours ahead of me. Okay. So I have 8 hours layover. So the 8 hours layover, I have time to pull my suitcase, register again, go through security if I have to do, even though I'm going to register everything straight from Houston to Abidjan. But you never know once you get to Paris, they may say, no, go get this, that. So at least I have 8 hours. And then among these 8 hours, I have time to go see my relative that live in France, just to say hi to them. And I have corner, I can cut corner because I know the city. There are roads that I will not take from Charles de Gaulle to where my relative live. It's only half an hour, but if I take the normal route, it's 1 hour and a half. So because I know it, I can do this, spend some 4 hours in France, see some relative before coming back and board my plane on time. Yeah, so that's what the guy is saying here. And I'm like, okay, you have to book a longer layover than the minimum at a connecting hub. Okay, Paris is a big hub. So that's the things we're talking here. Consider allow at least 60 to 90 minutes for a US domestic connection and at least 2 hours for an international connection. Otherwise, you will doom like Aya. You will miss your plane and you will have to spend more money. Then this is for travelers that are in a good health. How about people that have special need, or some family members or parents that has a child who is a special need, or an old lady that is 80 years old that take her time to lift one foot in front of another? If it's a tight connection, that granny is going to miss her flight. She cannot run to catch the other flight, okay? Then it goes on by saying flight on a single ticket. What's the meaning of a single ticket? It means you buy, let's say, I'm taking an example, so disclaimer, don't come for me. You buy a ticket for United Airlines, and then for your connecting flight, you fly Southwest, or you fly, if it's international, you fly Ethiopian Airlines or Japan Airlines or Air France or British Airways. They are not the same people. It's not the same company. You're leaving one company and then you're going to another company. So you put yourself into trouble. So he's saying fly on a single ticket. If you have a connecting flight, if it's British Airways, you change and you still fly another British Airways. Don't change from British Airways and then you go to Air France. No, you put yourself into trouble. if you do it this way. That is true, even on ticket that involve two airlines, as long as those airlines have interline agreement. If you don't have interline agreement, you are doomed. You're going to sleep at the airport if you don't want to shed money. Okay. And then he keep going and he's saying, how about hiring a private jet? Yes. Okay. Life is about dream and hope and everything. Don't worry. We're going to live long enough and then we're going to make the money. Okay, the good Lord will bless us, or somebody just gonna say, okay, this is a little stick that's gonna help you move over there. Okay, so don't worry about it. We're gonna get that money, and then we can have our own private jet. Yes, I believe in this. Okay, so once I have my private jet, I can ask my pilot to go take my brother Blue Jean and take him home. Okay? Don't worry about it. Right? Yes, amen to that. It is amen. It is amen to that. Yeah. Life is about hope and dream. Yeah. If you want to go to a getaway island, okay. 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 You know what? My favorite. Cobb is laughing. Cobbs, yeah. We have to pray to live long enough. If we live long enough, we have the money, then we have our private jet. Think about this guy, Tyler Perry, because I love Tyler Perry so much. I watch everything and I follow him. Okay. Tyler Perry was not born with a gold spoon in his mouth. He's from Louisiana, next door here. He was poor, okay? And he has this vision of doing show that's going to break out. He slept in his car. Everybody knows his life. Today, he has a private plane, and he is always himself a pilot because he is scared to fly. He can't fly. So to conquer this fear, when he became billionaire, he learned to fly it. And he talk about it all the time. Okay. So once we get to the same level as him, and then we have a private jet, Blue Jean, I promise you, yes. And yes, he is a pilot. Yeah, he has his license. He fly his own jet. Yes. Mm-hmm. So me, no, I won't do all of these things. I will have a pilot that will fly higher because like that. So, okay, Noah says she wants to be my pilot. No big deal. You got it once we get there. I don't know when. But once we get there, hello, Abby. Abby, welcome. Once we get there, Blue Jean, there is this island. It's a massive sea. The Polynesian island. It's a massive sea, okay? I've been there one time. In French, you call it la Polynésie française. It is so beautiful. I'm telling you, the people are beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. La Polynésie française, okay? Once we get there, it means once we get the money, and the pilot will be Noir. No, not with a swimming pig. No, 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 no. Google Polynésie Française. Because you have a British Polynesian island and then you have a French Polynesian. I know the French one because I've been there only one time, okay? I haven't been there the second time. I'm planning all of this because I have a good memories over there, okay? Then no, I will fly you there. No, I will fly you there, okay? I promise you. Let's dream. Yes, we are doing fine. It's laugh time. What that mean? Is that a broken, you really para today? What that mean? You have to put it in an English that I understand. Why you de para now? What that mean, guys? Help me out. I don't understand this one. Why you de para? What that mean? Janet, please help me out because I don't understand this one. Aya doesn't understand why you de. I don't. Guys, I know. Sister Abby. What is that? Okay, this English Auntie Aya, come understand me. She de para today. Okay, all right. All right, that's okay. I thought it was for me. I will co-pilot of this. No, no. If you Janet says she's gonna be the co-pilot, but you know what? You can sleep while Wani is in charge because Wani is not gonna sleep. Okay, all right. Let's continue. It's a long. It's a long thing here. All right. So it said stick to one airline or alliance or a flight connection. Okay. So we're going to stick to one. We are not going to book two different airlines and then get stuck at the airport or miss our flight and then spend more money. Avoid two-ticket trip connecting flight, two ticket from two different airline company. You will do the capital Papeete. No, this Papeete is in Tahiti. Tahiti is another island. La Polynésie France. Okay, yes, Papeete is on Tahiti, French Polynesia, largest island in a society group. Yeah, you got so many islands around. Yeah, then you take a boat and then you go from one island to another. But I'm telling you, the sea is a kind of greenish blue and it is so pretty. It is so pretty, you see. So that's where I'm going to take you and all your family, okay? And Sister Cubs has to be on a hay game, okay? On a hay game, all right? Oh, you're talking about the food. We're speaking Polynésie Française. So the French food, you talk, I know I did not eat, I did not eat native food, okay? In those days when I went there, everything was French. Yeah, okay? So I did not eat. And so on the boat, most of the time we were on a boat. So, Nguyen, you are in charge because Janet says she's going to sleep. Yeah, it's an archipelago. All of this you will see. Marquesa is very pretty. I'm telling you. Don't worry. That's where we're going to go. When we hit the jackpot, and then we can be at the same level as Tyler Perry. That's where we're going to go. All right. So you have to wait, but let's get back to the topic before we go to La Polynésie Française, okay? Yeah, we need to travel, guys. Auntie Aya, what is the benefit of booking a flight 6 months before the time? You save money. You save money. It's cheap. When you travel, Gladys Kitchen, welcome, welcome. When you travel on budget, even if you don't travel on budget, you can save some money. So buy tickets 6 months. I'm number one, buying tickets 6 months in advance. Yep. 6 months in advance. I'm telling you. I find a cheap ticket yesterday during my lunchtime. That's what I was doing, looking for ticket. September, Aya is going to DC. Boat cruise, Titanic things. No, because once you get to La Polynésie, once you get there, I did not trust the little plane with only one engine, and it's not developed. Let's put it this way. It's not developed. And when you see the airport, it's not even an airport, it's a landing strip. It's a landing strip. So the plane land on the dirt. And when I saw all of these things, I said, okay, can we use a boat to go from one island to another island? And then we were like, oh yeah, there are boats. So we use boats. I felt much more comfortable being on a boat than being up there and trying to land and break my neck and die in someone's country, you know? So that's the reason why I say you use boat. For me, it's for safety reason, because I did not really trust this little plane with one engine. Like you see the plane, you think about 1940, 1930, and there is no tower that control you to land. The guy, no. So that's the reason why I better use the boat. Some flight companies are be funny, yeah, but if you want to buy it, you buy it. And one of the trick is flight midday. Don't fly it on the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, and coming back on Monday. No, fly it midweek, like Wednesday, Thursday. Avoid coming back on Monday. And the reason why coming back on Monday, people have gone on weekend. And then coming back early Monday morning, especially the business people that fly in and out. They're coming back most of the time on Monday. So the plane is, the ticket are expensive. But mid-1914, no, my life just started. Okay, the plane, based on my own experience, is what we call Dreamliner. Okay, it's not every company that has Dreamliner. And based on what I flew in and I like, British Airways as a Dreamliner, and I love the British Airways Dreamliner. They call it is the Boeing 747. Sometimes the biggest one takes 600 people. Sometimes they take 350 or 340 or what, 450. It's a huge plane and it's very stable. If you get in that plane where the middle seat, you have 3 seats, and then on your right, you have another 3 seats, and on the left, you have another 3 seats. So on a row, it's 9 seats. It's the Dreamliner. It's the Boeing 747. Yeah. Yes, those are the big boys, as Blue Jean call it. The big boys are very stable, and the big boys are for long haul. When you fly 12 hours, it start by 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours, 20 hours. You leave here, you're going to Japan. Okay, JAL, the Japan airline, they do have the Dreamliner. Of course, the USA, they do have Dreamliner, even on a short trip. I have taken a Dreamliner to go to Atlanta for 2 hours, but you are over there, you just don't feel anything. It's very stable. When you see that plane, you even feel comfortable before boarding the plane. That's it. You have to have a Dreamliner. When I fly international, I make sure that is a Dreamliner. The only thing that I don't like about the Dreamliner with Air France is it's an old. It was the first one that they have used around the world, and then they put it on the route to go to Africa. And when I did board that plane one time, you could feel it that the plane was old. That's it. And even when I deplane, I told the lady, "Mais c'est un vieux avion." That's what I told her. And she was like, "Ha, I could see that you fly a lot." I said, "Yes, I do. So I know when it's a brand new things." They did have an issue, but they are back. They are back. I like them because I feel at ease. Because if you fly from Paris to Abidjan, you go over Dakar, Senegal. Before you reach Dakar, I'm telling you, there's 2 hours. You start praying the Hail Mary full of grace. Am I going to make it home? This plane will bounce left and right, up and down. I'm telling you. It seemed like I don't know the word in English. I call it le tourbillon. It's like it's a spinning things around this area. And even they will warn everybody to sit and have a belt on. And then you don't hear a beep in the plane during these 2 hours over Dakar. I don't know what is going on. And coming back, if you fly through that route before you reach Paris, it's exactly the same thing. So I just don't like it. I just don't like that route. If somebody says something, how do you make sure you get a Dreamliner? It's okay. You get a Dreamliner when you book a long haul. It tell you the name of the plane. It said you're flying a Boeing 747. That's where you know. If it's a Boeing 747, it's a Dreamliner. But before you pay, pick up your phone and make sure that's it, and you call the airline. Witches and wizards. If you fly what the French people call the DC-10, I hate that plane. Because when I'm above Dakar and the plane is going like that and going back, and it seems like my heart somebody's pulling iron heart, and then I start saying Hail Mary, make sure I can see my mother. Because the DC-10 over Dakar, I'm telling you. Then the plane goes up, and then it come one time, woo, and then it seems like your heart is sunk. Okay. The same thing happened to me between Montreal and Montreal. And Ottawa. Between Montreal and Ottawa. The same thing happened to me. Winter time, yes. This little plane went, and it was a DC-10. So I don't like flying DC-10, guys. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm not a pilot. I love to fly, so I do my homework, learn about plane. But since since we put the Dreamliner, no, that's my baby. Mm. Yeah, it gets you scared. Yeah, because the DC-10 goes boom, and then it drop one time, and it's like somebody is pulling your heart. You sitting there. If somebody cough, you will pee on yourself. I will pee on yourself. I'm putting it there. I'm telling you. It's like when I start to pray, I say, oh, I will not see my mother. You know? The plane is exercising. It's a fitness plane. That is why it's going up. Just it goes up and then it comes down and then go phew, and you're sitting and everybody start to you look the passenger faces and you know people are praying. Yeah. People are praying, and once you go through all of this, and then the pilot come on board and said, okay, la turbulence est terminée. Okay, the turbulence the turbulence is over, and then you sail smoothly till you arrive in Ivory Coast. When you say, you breathe. Once you pass it, Uche, welcome. Okay, so you see, so that's it. Yeah, Aya has been through all of these things, and I'm like, it doesn't smell good today. Yeah. So anytime I don't like DC-10. What's it say DC-10? I'm not clicking pay ticket. No. Then once the plane land, I breathe, je soupire. I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. I tell you, I have kissed the Ivorian floor 3 times. Yes, 3 times. One time I was in Chad, in Jamena. And the other time I was in Niger, in Africa. Yes. And the plane, I'm telling you. So as soon as this plane landed, and I had the plane, I burned down and I kissed the floor. Because I kissed the floor because I was like, who? I will see my mother. No, I can't run. In case the plane decided to. No. We arrived at destination because the next flight was going to be the next day. Yeah. And then you see all the everybody that work for the plane, they are deplaning, and you could see the flight attendant, the pilot, they have their things, and then you see the hotel shuttle waiting for them, so to take them to the hotel. You know, it's for the next flight. Yeah. So that's my thing. I kissed the floor because I was happy that I was not up over there. So let's back here. We're having fun, okay? So he said that to stick to one airline, yeah, where possible, connecting flight on a single airline or an airline that has partner in the alliance. That's your best bet. Avoid the 2-ticket trip when connecting flight if possible. You have to be doing it that way if it's possible. And also, this is the funny thing here, avoid the last flight connection of the day. Avoid the last flight connection of the day, because during the 24 hours, your connecting flight, if it's the last one, if you miss it, oh, you are doomed. It means you're going to spend money. But Uche said, oh gosh, you have been traveling a lot. Uche, the reason why we travel in my time growing up in the Ivory Coast, the first president, what we call the father of the country, when we became independent in the 60s, he put some program. He said, before you graduate from high school, the 14 French-speaking country. Baba got to bring me back, Janet. Okay, so there were all of these programs that during summertime, either you go to Burkina Faso, which in my day it was called Happy Volta. Okay, Mali, Togo, Benin, you travel. There was this exchange student program. So you go and spend your summer in a family in another country, Francophone country, and you learn about the economic, the politics, everything. So when you come back, you write a little essay to compare with Ivory Coast, what that country is doing, comparing with the Ivory Coast. So by the time you turn 18, you have seen 14 French-speaking countries. So once you go to college on those days, they were building the first university back home. So you got a scholarship and then you go to Europe. So because you are so used to of moving from one country to another, once you are in Europe, we decided to continue the same trend as a student. So your, what we call la bourse, your little money that the government send you, we will save it. And then in Europe, as you see, you live over there, it's very easy to leave England and go visit Brussels. You take the train. It's cheaper. You don't have to fly. You take the train. You are in France. You took the train. You are in Italy. So by doing this, we all love to travel in the country. So you do all of this for 4 years outside the country as a student. Once you finish and you go home and you start earning your own money, when you take your vacation, you buy your ticket and then you fly. So by doing this, it became an habit. So that's the reason why. And I keep doing it. I can't stay still. It's only that Koro force I had to stay still. That's it. And Koro, yeah, Koro forced me to stay still. And when we travel, it's not for shopping. It's truly to learn the culture about that country, the food, the people, and it open your brain. It's like education, another way of education. That's it. So that's why we love to travel, and leaving the continent is expensive because there is no train there to say, okay, I'm taking the train and I'm going here. No. And because I do have English as a second language, then I was able to see what you call it, the Anglophone part of Africa. Yes, not for shopping. Okay, not for shopping. Because you are in Europe, the same store, you find them everywhere. And you're a student, what do you want to buy? Yeah, so it was like, it's not, when I travel, it's not for shopping. That's the reason why I chose to travel alone. That's the reason why, if you listen carefully, I always say Silver Young Solo Traveler. Yes, Silver Young Solo Traveler. Because when you travel in a group, some people don't want to go to a museum, right? They don't want to see a cathedral. They don't want to hear about history. They don't want to hear about art. But this is what make the life global. They don't want to hear none of this. They want to be in a store. I don't want to be in a store. They talk about this country, there is this, there is that. I just want to experience this. So if you go by group, I want to do this, I want to do that, then you start fighting. So I choose to go solo. Honestly speaking, when I went solo the first time, I did not know what I was doing. But I say to myself, everybody has a sixth sense. My concern was my safety. My concern was my safety. And the fact that I did not speak their language. I only have French and English. I did not have that country language. But I did it. I went to Poland. They speak Polish. I wanted to see the Holocaust place. That's the reason why I went there. I did not go to Poland to go to store. I wanted to see where the Pope was born, his village. And also Lech Walesa, who was the president at the time. I want to see who was that guy. Because Lech Walesa make a big impression on Aya. So I'm not going to a country just to go into a store, spend my vacation to be in a store buying chiffon. I got so many chiffon, I'm not wearing them. So I don't buy chiffon no more. When I say chiffon is clothes, I just want to see something else. What can I learn? That's it. The buying the chiffon was in my 20s and 30s. I'm done with this. I just want to see something that I don't have in Ivory Coast. Yeah. So I love to travel solo because of that. Because people love to buy chiffon, buy jewelry. There is a time in your life that you are done with this. Comes. The time will come and then you're going to say, this crazy I see this and I did not understand. Now you are in your 30s, you just want to buy chiffon. Aya doesn't want to buy chiffon, so Aya travel alone. Yeah, but I do my research. I know where to go and all of this, so I could see it, and then I'm happy. When I go to Portugal, I just want to go to Fatima to see the story that is saying the three little girls that the Virgin Mary appeared to them. I don't want to go to Portugal and then just go into a store. No, no. So when I travel, there is a target that I just want to see. That's it. That's it. The first time I went to your country, I was coming from Brazil, and I went home and I said, okay, they built a new capital, and they say that they have the idea because in Brazil, what's his name? Brasilia, that's where the people in Niger got the idea of moving it from Lagos to that. I needed to go see. And I went. That's it. And I've been to Lagos when Babangida was president because his wife came to my country and I was crazy. Yeah. So you see, when you travel, everybody has his own agenda. People that love shop, they shop. This is not my thing. My thing is something else. So I better do it on my own. And also there is an advantage when you travel by yourself. You discover who you are as a human being yourself. There are something in you that you have never tapped into that you will discover. It's unbelievable. I met an old lady at a time on my first time traveling alone, and she has been doing it for 30 years. And she was 85 years old when I met her. And then on my first time, and I told her it's my first time, and then she was like, don't worry, you're going to discover who you are. I couldn't believe it when she told me this. I was like, wow. And she was 85, and she did not look 85 years old at all. And she's always sleep, use, austere. She never stay in a hotel. She gave me great tips that I still use it when I'm on by myself. I don't want to. I have a half sibling. I'm not going to never travel with her because her things is the chiffon and the jewelries and the stores. Yeah, we did it one time. I went crazy and I just left her. We were in Geneva and she was like, oh, on doit aller au Mont Blanc. On va. I'm like, I did not come here to be in a store buying watches. You at a certain age, I'm digressing. All of this is nothing. You just want to be at peace with yourself, enjoy something new. Yeah, it depends. It depends when you want to go. There are states that it's a very expensive because it's a luxury. Yeah, Abby, it's a luxury. But you can find things that work for your budget. And then you enjoy it. You can be in the same spot and enjoy it. But here in the USA, you go to one place to another place, it's expensive. It's the same thing as the neighborhood you live in. You can be in a neighborhood that you know is not so safe. Okay, the prices are lower, and then you can be in. But there is price for everybody, budget for everybody. It is true. It is true. Janet, I concur with you. It is true. But if you really want to enjoy life or whatever you want to do, you will have to save bit by bit. You don't have to do it every year. Now you plan it like every 3 years, let's go here. We haven't seen this. And then you go as a family because you yourself cannot travel by yourself because you have family. So it's different. So if you can plan this by saving and say every 3 years, we're going to go and see this country. And when the 3 year comes, and then every 5 year, we're going to go home because 5 people going home, it's a lot of money. So you plan and you start chipping $10 every 2 weeks when they pay you that this is for vacation, and you put it on the kid account. Yeah. It's not, especially flying from here to home. Even if you're a one person, it's still expensive. Even for one person, it's still expensive. But you plan it, and then you start saving the money. The thing with us as African is not going home, is not the ticket. It's what comes once you are there, or because you're going home, what people expect that you're going to bring them. This is the 75% of your budget. If you think the family members back home that are expecting you to roll the country that you live in, put it in a suitcase and just bring it to them. So what you have to do, you have to set boundary and say, no, this is not working. It's not working for me and I'm not doing it. That's it. No matter what they say about you, no matter what they say, don't kill yourself. That's one of the things there. Okay, so let's get back here. It said you have to pick up the right hub for your flight. There are data that show that according to the current data, the worst, I'm going to tell you, this is the worst part, guys. The worst big US hub for the delays are the 3 New York airport, even though New York is my state. And I love New York. I'm a Yankee girl. I have the 3 New York airport. Okay, so you have Liberty Airport in New Jersey, and then you have LaGuardia, and then you have JFK. These 3 airports, yes, they are notoriously known for delays. Then we do have Chicago, O'Hare. I just don't like that place. Anytime I stop there, I'm not happy. That's it. Then you do have San Francisco and Boston Logan. Even though I love Massachusetts, Logan Airport is something else. This airport are notorious for delay. So choose something outside. Okay? Unless you are on a single airline, a US hub with separate terminal. With separate terminal, the worst airport for this are, yes, in my state here. Yes, I love New York. Sister Gloria, I live in New York for 7 years. I have the best time of my life. Yeah, I have the best time of my life. New York was like I was in Ivory Coast in my little village called Tumodi. I love New York. I'm a Yankee girl. I love New York, I tell you. So the worst airport for this are Dallas Fort Worth. Yes, Dallas Fort. Anytime I go there, I have a layover. Chicago, O'Hare, Los Angeles, and JFK, New York. So okay, now we get back to Europe. Yes, it's almost 5 years I have traveled with this Koro. Who knows when? I'm not about to risk anything in the name of traveling. I'm planning because I'm tired. I'm tired. So in Europe, the people from England, London Heathrow, and I love Heathrow Airport. I don't like Gatwick for some reason. It's a crop you on almost everyone. Avoid it at all if possible. Okay. Then in Paris, yes, that is true. Charles de Gaulle and Frankfurt. Yeah. Going to Verona in Italy because I fly from here to Frankfurt. And then from Frankfurt, I switch plane to go to Verona in Italy. Yeah. So the saying is not good. Travelers prefer Amsterdam, SkyTeam, and Munich Star Island. Okay. Along with the second hub is Brussels, Copenhagen, Helsinki, Madrid, Rome, and Zurich. These are the notorious, not good airport because you're going to be late and you may miss your flight. Now, have a baggage plan for your connecting flight. My sister Gloria, when she traveled, she rolled the USA and she put it in a suitcase. So she has so many suitcases, okay? So you have to have a second plan if you have a connecting flight for your luggage. Check baggage can miss a tight connection or even go astray for a few days if you have a tight connection. Remember I said it earlier where you have to collect your suitcase and come back and check in, go through. If it's a tight connection, forget about it. Except if you have carry-on, then you take your carry-on with you. But if you have extra luggages, he said, but dragging a carry-on bag from one end of a huge terminal to another, even a carry-on with wheel can slow you down and tire you. Decide for yourself which approach fit you better. It's not easy, I'm telling you. Now, we're coming back again saying, sit near the front of the plane. Yeah, New York, because it's an island and because it's small, you think it's crowded. Here, because it's a large state, we don't see it that way. That's it. But no, New York is special, girl. New York is very special. Okay, so you have to sit near the front of the plane. If you know you are on a tight airport connection, try to get a seat toward the front of the cabin on your first flight. Even if you have to pay, just go ahead and pay. You will save some money. Being near the exit door can save you 5 to 10 minutes for your deplaning time, especially on a larger plane. That's what I was telling you earlier. If it's a big plane that carry 350 and you're at the back, you are doomed. There is app that you can use for your flight connection. Download one or more app that can help you with the airport connecting process by tracking delay and posting up-to-date information on your departure. Okay, if I'm alone, fine. With kid, I'm afraid getting stuck in a place for months. Yes, in New York is crowded for real, but it's a lot. Yeah, I agree with you, Abby. There is one thing that you have to live in New York, and when everybody agree, New York, you see the entire 7 continent in New York. You will meet people around the world and you will make friends so easily. And the people will show you, Kubashi Shogun, welcome. People will help you because everybody is immigrant in New York. And okay, go ahead and connect and I will get back to you. Go ahead, all right? Thank you, Shogun. In the train, in the subway, boo. Okay, I'm sorry. You strike a conversation right there. That's it. You exchange phone number. People will help you. People who's been born in New York, grew up in New York, they are the true Yankee people. They will give you some tips that's going to help you live in New York. And also, if you survive in New York, you can move from New York to the over 49 states in the USA, and you will make it. You will make it. You live in New York, you move from New York, you come down south, you make it. You come in the middle of the USA, you will make it. Any state, the remaining 49, you will make it anywhere you go. When you live in New York, it is so easy because in New York, this brain here, it's so fast, quick thinking and everything. Hey, Julie, welcome. I'm telling you, it's really one of the fastest space. And then your wit is so much developed that 1, 2, 3, you have the answer. 1, 2, 3, you know how you can save yourself. That's the things. I love New York. And I did not know that I have all of this in me. Even though I live in Europe, I live in Africa. But when I live in New York, I develop all of these things. I'm telling you. So this is one of the biggest advantages of staying in New York. That's what I learned. And I'm not the only one. Everybody that lives in New York. So you download all the app. They will keep you abreast of delay and flight status. Okay. So this is one of the guys say. Now, he's trying to tell us what's the difference between a direct flight and a non-stop flight. What is the difference between direct flight and a non-stop? Okay, a non-stop taking you from the state straight to the Ivory Coast. It doesn't stop anything, non-stop. Okay, now direct flight may stop a long way If you have a doubt, this it is so because it is so confusing. It is when you hear direct flight, you're gonna say, "Oh, that's gonna take me straight to Italy." No, going to Italy, you may stop in France or you may stop in Belgium. That's the direct flight, but the non-stop take you from here to the US or straight to Italy or straight to Africa. So that's very different. So he said a non-stop or direct flight is still the best way to avoid any connection problem. Yeah, it doesn't mean that because it's a direct flight, it's not expensive. Okay? So you have to pick up your day. I'm giving you some tip. Do not fly Friday, even if you're going home. In Africa, saying, then I get there on Saturday, then Sunday, when I wake up, I go to church. No, it's going to cost you some money. And also, purchase your ticket with a lot of time ahead, like a 6 months or 3 months. Yeah. It doesn't matter. You still have to shed some money, Sister Abby. Okay? Sister Abby, you can still pay and the ticket, and then when before you pay, before you say purchase, pick up your phone, because I know if you're like me, you're not going to read all the fine print to see my ticket is valid for how many years. So you call the airline and said, okay, I'm planning to buy this flight here. And I always tell them, I say, you know what? The fine print is too long and it's hurting my eyes. I wear glasses, I can't see. I just want to know how long. Validity of the ticket. Is it 12 months or 24 months? And what is come with it that can block me if I want to switch, but I still have a ticket, but I'm not flying because of this and that, you see? So you ask this question, and the best time to do it, Wednesday night around 11 p.m., you call the airline. You will find somebody who need to talk to you. They will talk to you because it's late and they have to be there. They're doing their job, attending the phone. So you call them around that time. Between 10 p.m., you call the airline and then, hey, how are you? You know, I'm doing great. Okay, this is it. Can you help? Can you give me some tip regarding this? You already printed it, but you haven't purchased it. And you have your question and you ask. And then when he or she saying something, you writing it down and you keep that paper. If something happened, you say, on April 10 at, you look at the time, 3:20, I call, and this is what your guy said. Yeah, this is one of the hick, Abby. Okay, so that's the end of the topic today. We did have fun. I appreciate you all for coming. I love you guys. And so you are saying it's good to book your flight day, week. If yes, you fly in the middle of the week, like you leave on Wednesday, you can go online and go on any airline website and look at, and I'm going to give you, I'm not sponsoring because I use them a lot, Southwest Airline. On Southwest Airline, you have 3 columns if you want to buy. There is something called Wanna Get Away. Wanna Get Away, you look at the price. If they're telling you on the Wanna Get Away, it's $100 one way, look at the time the flight leave. Sometimes, most of the time is red eye. Red eye to mean your plane leave at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. It's really cheap because you are a family and then you have to get the kid ready. You take into account, but I'm giving you the example. So one way going, one way coming, plus taxes, maybe 250 you will pay, okay? Then you check the over 2 column. You're going to see the same ticket. One way going, going to be 300. Yeah, coming back another 300. So this is 600. Or on the one getaway is 250. And then you look the column. You have to study all of this. I'm telling you, Abby, it's a job. It's a job. You look at them and then you analyze everything based on your budget, on your pocket. And then you pick up your time. But before you purchase, pick up your phone and call and tell them, I have chosen this. It's valid for how long? If I cannot make it, and if he or she tell you, read the fine print, she said, I've read it, I don't understand it. That's the reason why. So can you please break it down? That's the job. Okay? Yeah, I love to go and I study all of this. So guys, thank you for coming. I hope, oh my goodness, I don't like early. No, I'm not asking you to go early in the morning, but Aya is red eye. It's cheap for me. I go. Okay. So thank you for coming. Have a fantastic weekend. Get some rest. The people in Europe is late, so Aya has to close the house. Appreciate you all, okay? And then I'm going to leave the house. Bye-bye. Okay, this thing has to close. Oh, Lord. It doesn't want to end. We did enjoy it now. There is this word who crack me up. The day. The day.